Good morning, my fellow nerdlings. It's Memorial Day Monday. Hopefully, you are all safe and sound and happy on this lovely spring morning. It's time to open up our charts, take out our sextent, and take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game news and stuff that we can chart our course by this week to see if there's anything we're going to argue over or if it's going to be a peaceful week. At top of the charts, we have the news from PaizoCon that happened over the weekend. See if anything Pathfinder-ish has happened. Got this interesting picture of fantasy characters playing D&D with Star Frontier characters, and there's a laptop filming them. So make what you will of this. Starfinder news. We've got Galaxy Guide coming out, designed for new and experienced players to explore the science fantasy campaign world of Starfinder. We've got the Starfinder Player Core coming out, which is the first book for the Starfinder second edition. I don't think Starfinder needs a second edition. The Starfinder GM Core and the Starfinder Alien Core. We've also got an adventure called Murder in Metal City, a deluxe introductory box set adventure for 4 first-level characters. Future adventures will start coming out in October. That's a little late, but okay. With something called Guilt of the Grey World, which will explore the world of EOX. And we have some new Starfinder novels coming out. Pathfinder has got Battle Cry, a new role book, covers all aspects of war, including 2 new character classes, the Commander and the Guardian. We've got the Battle of Hell Knight Hill, which is a special Gen Con invention they've got planned, but no information on it yet. Got multiple new adventure paths coming out that will cover the Hellfire Crisis, including the Hellbreakers, which is a level 1 through 9 adventure. We've got some new Pathfinder fiction. We've got the new remastered version of the Gatewalkers adventure path coming out in July. We've got Pathfinder Adventure Path 216, The Apocalypse Prior, which brings adventurers to the city-state of Libidos. I didn't make that up. That's the name of the place, Libido S. Yes, I know what they do in that town. We've got Pathfinder Game Night Dawn of the Frogs Deluxe Edition, which is a new format of adventures, including everything you need to play in the box, including pawns, pre-gens, and a 32-page adventure. Interesting. If they can keep those relatively inexpensive, those could be cool. We've got Revenge of the Rune Lords, which brings back the original bad guys from the very dawn of Pathfinder, the Rune Lords. We've got Lost Omen Shining Kingdoms, which is another adventure dealing with the continuing of the Lost Omens storyline. And we've got the Shining Kingdoms poster map coming out. We've got the Lost Omens Draconic Codex coming out in November. It will give you the statistics of over 220 types of dragons, because if anything Wizards of the Coast can do, Paizo can do equally well or equally shitty. We've got a card game called Pathfinder Monster Match, which will allow players to woo and date monsters. It's a card game of dating sim life for 2 to 4 players where you can date monsters. And then we've got some Pathfinder Society stuff coming out from Paizo. We've got Pathfinder Society Scenario 616, The Heart of the City, and Pathfinder Society Scenario 617, The Devil in the Details. We've got, for Gen Con, Pathfinder Society Scenario 699, Under the Eye of the Mantis. We've got the Year of the Battle Spark starting with Pathfinder Society Intro Year of the Battle Spark, Enough is Enough for Gen Con. We've got for Starfinder Society Scenario 714, Final Assessment. We have Gen Cons with the first official rollout of Starfinder Society 2.0, Year 1 storyline, Invasion's Edge. I've got the Starfighter Society Scenario 100, Collision Week, which is a double-length prequel to the new meta plot. So we're starting off 2025, 2026 with a brand new version of Starfinder Society to go with the brand new revised version of Starfinder rules. So that's all the news from PaizoCon. The dating monster game kind of disturbing. And then other than that, everything sounds pretty typical for Pathfinder. Nothing that really makes you go, ah, and nothing that really makes you go, oh, man. It's paizo. They're going to be paizo. Other news that doesn't involve paizo, of course, involves Wizards and other companies, but nothing really monumental, thankfully, or disappointingly. We have the announcement that the Book of Dragons is coming out in August, just in case we missed the previous 30 times where Wizards informed us that the Book of Dragons was coming out in August. Remember, this is the book where for the very first time in 50 years, we go and finally discover the personalities, environment types, eating, drinking, biology of the dragons, because they've never done that before. As long as you don't count the 20 dragon-centric books they've made in the past 50 years, this is the first time they've covered that. Yeah, no, it isn't. Stop lying, Wizards. Stop lying. So it's dragons. Yay. Dragonbane has announced that they've got 2 new books coming out called Arcanda and Book of Magic. Check out my good friend Jeff's Games Box talking all about those. Link down below. He is a Dragonbane aficionado, so anything to do with Dragonbane, I highly recommend you go check his stuff out. Daggerheart released and surprised us with 2 brand new classes to play test, which I guess will appear in a future Daggerheart projects if they're successful classes. So I don't know. I guess it means they're waiting for us to result them, or they're just, I don't know. I guess they're already hopefully planning for future products for Daggerheart. As of today, we know the Daggerheart reviews for the initial release are out. We've got about 80% positive, 10% it's a thing. You know, it's the kind of like my kind of review of it. Well, it's a thing. It exists. It's out. This is what it does. And we've got 10% reviews that say it's awful. It's horrible. But a lot of those awful, horrible reviews are more focusing on the politics and the presentation than the actual rule set. So rule set wise, most of it seems to be positive. Strange. Again, the question on my mind is what happens if you lose the gimmicks, since it's so heavy on gimmicks. Anyways, here's some pictures from the new dragon book. Yay, dragons. Who doesn't love dragons? Old School Adventures dropped an adventure anthology, the Old School Essentials Adventure Anthology, which has a bunch of new D20 old school type adventures in it. So if you're looking for some D20 love that isn't 5e, Old School Essentials, you can't go wrong with that. Some really good stuff. I know a lot of people love Old School Essentials, and it's got a great collection of brand new adventures that you can use with any D20 game. As we keep saying, the great thing about the supposed old school is its interchangeability. You know, if you understand the basics of level-based D20, you can play any old school adventure in any setting with very little work. So yeah, old school, alive and well, not going anywhere. And that's it for the news. Nothing really devastating yet. No major disasters from Wizards, but it's still early, so they still have a chance over this 3-day weekend to do something dumb. Since it is a 3-day weekend, please don't drink and drive. Party responsibility. If you're going to do fireworks tonight, remember there's going to be pets out and people out and kids out, so be safe with your fireworks. If you appreciate this nonsense that I give you guys every week, let me know. If you never want to hear me do the news ever again, let me know. Till next time, I'm the OGGM wishing you a great Memorial Day. See ya.
Roll the dice and ride the wave. Quest and dragons, the news we crave. Under neon lights, we